And so the journey began. I remember 2016, I was just thinking about, what my dad had been doing all along. Having grown up in a chicken farm, we kept chicken, we kept dairy cattle, and we also did a bit of piggery. We were also farming macadamia nuts, avocados, and beans, French beans, the normal typical beans, and lots of agricultural production. But it was largely primary production, and that's what my parents had taken us, or had used to take us through schooling. And I remember in this day at 2016, I've just newly joined the KCB Foundation to Jiajiri program, and I'm there as part of the initial guys, just trying to figure out how to offer business development services to a vast number of entrepreneurs. I remember our mandate that year was to actually support 5,000 entrepreneurs, and I kept on wondering, I had had previous grants that had funded my initiatives before, and I hadn't still gained that level of success that I wanted. And so I kind of just started thinking, okay, maybe there could be an approach through which this business development should be done. And so essentially, just naively thought, why not ask the KCB Foundation team to allow me for a chance to join them and learn a bit. And that's kind of where my journey through business support started. And so, 1.5 years down the line, I thought, I had figured out like what it is or what it meant to do business development, but I kind of just noticed it was just the step beyond the theory. It was a bit of practical implementation, but from a program management perspective, still not from an entrepreneurial perspective. And so I remember this fateful day, I'm seated in my desk and I'm wondering, is this all that I'm supposed to become or to aspire to? Have I really learned what it takes to actually run a business from the ground up and build it out? I knew for a fact that capital was not the only thing that one needed to build a successful business. And so there was the aspect of strategies, developing this business further, and just ultimately selling. But that concept was still not drilled into me then, because again, I had only just seen subsistence farming or agricultural production at the production level, not at the value addition or market stage, and I had not had that much experience in sales and whatnot. And so forward into 2017, 2018, I decided, you know what, let me build a chicken processing company. And I'll start by learning, how my dad was doing it back in the day. And so I just asked him, what's the budget for doing 1,000 birds? And from the different calculations we arrived at 300,000 Kenyan shillings, which is about $3,000. And so my journey with chicken production began. My goal was really to understand the unit economics, which is a subject that we shall be looking at as we go along. And so essentially managed to model just how much it would cost to grow one chicken. And with one chicken, how much money I had was 300,000 shillings, essentially, meaning I would manage to grow about 1,000 birds. And fast forward to that journey, back in 2022, I was doing about 2,000 birds or 2,000 kilos of chicken meat every day, processed and value added. We were KEBS certified in that same company. It had taken a bit of time to just get to where we got at in 2022, and I had about 12 to 15 employees. Some were casual workers who would report to us every morning when we needed, but the 12 were full-time workers. And I remember business had grown to a level that it was now becoming impossible to actually manage. Whereas I was growing sales on one side, always constantly on phone, talking to chicken buyers and hotels and restaurants, etc. On the other side, I was also involved in the handling of the chicken production and how it would come from the farms, logistics inbound, and then opening up the shop in the early morning, packaging, processing. And if you just want a lowdown of what all this process involved, just check a couple of videos on the channel. You'll be sure to kind of grasp the level of scale that we did grow at. We did get into certain partnerships that some materialized, some gave us a wonderful perspective into what else we could grow into. But ultimately, the business came to a halt towards the end of 2022 to 2023. And I've tried to build it up again, and let's just say it's one of those businesses that you just don't want to rush into. You want to take your time, figure out the right strategies, but then also gain a bit of capital and build in a foundation through which you will need to then take it forward. And so speaking to you this afternoon, I'm keen to just address a very critical pain point, and I'll just look at it from different topics. One is the journey that always is, and the journey of resilience in building a business. It's not often that you find entrepreneurs who are seasoned and who've grown into successful businesses coming down and sitting down with you and just sharing their pain points. I hope that through the journey and through your questions, we'll be able to answer some of the challenges that I saw, and also what has been most instrumental in my work right now with an early stage venture capital building across Africa. Last year, we did a business support program that saw 633 businesses supported with $5,000 funding in grant capital. And some of these businesses have actually witnessed a transformation between the 3-month program based out of all the experiences that I bring to the table, as well as all the team that is involved in that organization. But most of all, the resilience bit is something that I will keep on hammering about. There is a lot of challenges in growing a business from start. Whereas in my perspective, understanding that unit economics is consistently one of the things that you as an entrepreneur have to drill down. But beyond that, understanding what will it take to grow the business to scale. And hence now, therefore, introducing my next conversation with you, which shall be about mastering the social impact funding and what is available out there and how to actually access capital that ends up de-risking your business model. And so that, again, term business model, we shall uncover it a bit more. We shall get into understanding what exactly does it comprise of and why is it a critical knowledge piece that every entrepreneur needs to have as they are growing their business. But more so, as you're building a sustainable business, you must be keen to look at the different strategies that are critical in securing capital in the long term. So grant funding is just but one capital, or social impact funding is just one type of capital that you can lean on towards de-risking your business from time to time. But then there is additional capital that is available for businesses as they are growing. And these, again, come from the weight of the traction that you're able to do. And so my work in general rotates around working with entrepreneurs such as yourselves to figure out where are you stuck currently? What is the reality that you're dealt with? What are the resources that you have available to you? And also, if you were to think ahead, 5 years to, for instance, where do you see yourself at? As a founder, what is your roadmap looking like? And when you go into the future, you get to kind of draw out what is the amount of money that I want, for lack of better phrases. What's the amount of money that I want to have at the end of my the year 5 in my own personal account? And then working backwards to understand, of all the years that I will have, this is 5 or 10 years to achieve this particular goal, then what am I going to be selling that will yield a profit above what you need to retain in your business, that will be shared as dividends, that will now come and inform part of that amount of money that you have. And so I walk entrepreneurs or founders such as yourselves through a leadership development action plan. We get into the future, we define what that future is, because ultimately that business is driven largely by you. But then when you're starting this business, there is what you want to achieve out of this particular business. And so we get to define what that future looks like. What is your roadmap looking like? And then we come back and break it down into weekly, into yearly, I apologize for that, into annual targets, into monthly targets, into quarterly targets, into weekly targets. And what this helps us to do is then identify what are the long-term goals, then come back into what are the yearly goals that you need to achieve towards the long-term vision, And then what are the quarterly goals that we need to map out? And for each and every one of these quarterly goals, what are the key results that we hope to achieve towards delivering to the full promise that you hope to achieve in a long span of time? And as we do this, we then get to deal with who else do you need in your business to help you figure these things out? What strategies do you need to deploy quarter to quarter? Who do you help? Who will help you get to that next level? That can be a partner, that could be a customer, that could be your internal staff. How do you hire them? Then we also get to delve deeper into beyond now just unit economics. What are the costs involved in the businesses, into your business, and into the cost, not necessarily the ones related to the product that you're developing, but also the cost to distribute this product or to offer the value to the customer. And finally, we also get to holistically understand your business model as it evolves from one stage into another. And what you will notice is that for every stage of business that you're in, there is going to be a set of new rules you need to play by. And these are things that will help you then unlock growth from one level onto another. And so with that in mind, then just know that we have quite a lot of talent along this journey that I would love to bring onto this conversation. And we shall be tackling with them, we shall be having these conversations with them, deep conversations about like the different businesses that we have, sectors, sectoral focus, or just domains or industries that we are, all our entrepreneurs come from. But also what additional tips and tricks can help you propel your business further. Without much ado, I would like to invite you to go to gitau.africa. Just check out a bit of what it is that I do personally, but also what I hope to achieve, and you'll find a leadership development action plan available for you to actually just skim through. But then beyond just that, if you would like to get into a personal one-on-one call with me, I do weekly conversations with entrepreneurs or founders or people aspiring to become leaders. And I offer leadership coaching as a service. But beyond that, I can also help you and your organization develop the same. Over and above that, I offer financial advice and share resources that might be available from where I work at or across the market. But most of all, helping you get attached to a business coach that will help you think through your business from now to that 5-year goal that you want to set. And so I welcome you to browse some more, get to understand what it is that I've been involved in, the kind of business that I've built, there are mistakes that I've made, there are challenges that I've done, that I've encountered along the way. But on this journey, I would like to just share a bit about some of those experiences, some of those insights and learnings, and hopefully you also get to build a business that is sustainable in the long run. And over and above that, I started by the topic resilience. It's a topic that we'll continue to cover on this series. It's a topic that will continue to delve deeper as we understand and spotlight other entrepreneurs who've been equally resilient on their journey. I welcome you to subscribe. Looking forward to engaging with you. Bye-bye.